never too late to be what you wanna be. It's never too late to do what you wanna do. It's never too late to be what you wanna be. It's never too late to do what you wanna do. Have the courage to follow your own dreams. You've gotta follow what your heart desires. Have the courage to follow your own dreams. You've gotta follow what your heart desires. Do what you really love. Be who you really are. Do what you really love. Be who you really are. Your passion will soar till the sky. So just break through and bring out the best in you. Just break through and bring out the best in you. Just break through and bring out the best in you. Just break through and bring out the best in you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the book launch event. I would like to introduce the author, my kid brother, Ashu. During childhood, Ashu always had a flair for writing, both poetry and prose. He would often win talent competitions for kids, and his work would find its way to local newspaper of our hometown. He also would empathize with the current situation. I remember once when our hometown was under lockdown for curfew, he wrote a very poignant article which received accolades and was published in the local newspaper. Ashu also ran a kids book club. So his favorite pastime was imitating famous authors launching a book event. And once when our dad drove back home from work, he found that he could not park his car in our garage because the garage had been transformed into a kids' book launch event. There sat the author Ashu with his group of childhood friends, reading out his book, and his friends raising hands and asking questions. Today, when I see his childhood dream coming true, I feel so very proud to present to yourselves the author Ashutosh Sinha.
Welcome to the launch of my book today. A very warm welcome to all of you. The book is called, as you probably know by now, Breakthrough, the Framework for an Inspired Career. I can't tell you how happy I feel that all of you have taken time this evening, wherever you are in part of the world, to come over to this show today. I wish I could have done this actually in a bookshop or maybe in a nice hall or a glass of champagne. And, here's my champagne. And I hope all of you are holding a champagne or a cup of coffee or a glass of Coke wherever you are. But I promise you, maybe with your good wishes, my next book will be Beyond the Mask and Beyond the Time, so we'll do it live. Well, my sister has actually spilled all the beans, She already has told all of you the little secrets I had like my boy. And yes, that's true. I had a big dream to be an author one day. And I wanted to kind of make sure that I express myself through writing. Somewhere over the years, that kind of drifted away. But I have to tell you, I'm really enjoying the last few years when I've come back. This diary, what is this? This is the diary, this is one of the many diaries in which I have over the years collected my writings of all my 11 years of work with people who I have met, senior executives, mid-career executives, homemakers, entrepreneurs, and people who have been on a journey to break through. And that collection of notes and many such diaries. This is actually the most beautiful of them. That's why I have it here. The few which are not really this good. They're quite soiled. But the idea is to bring it all together. And when I started writing and putting this book together, I realized that my passion started flowing of bringing that out to the world and share it with everyone. Today, in the next few minutes, and we're going to keep the show very short and sweet. I know I'm a first-time author, so I can't keep you engaged forever. But I do want to tell you that I cannot read my book to you live, like what I've done in a bookshop, they show in the movies. But I am going to talk to you today about some of the people who are part of my book. The wonderful people who are just like you and me, and how they have come to life. So my first story is really about, Shashwat. Shashwat is someone who amazed me when I first met him. And he was on a journey where he had left an illustrious career with companies like Google and Microsoft in Seattle. And he got onto this mission many years back to build his dream project, a robot. Yes, sir, a robot. And he was building no ordinary robot, a robot with his full machine learning and AI features. Now, I'm not an expert, I can't talk through it, but what I can tell you is I was thrilled when I got a call from Shashwat a few days back. And he told me that his robot has come out, what is his company name, and it's been already patented. And today we're going to show you a quick video on that for about 2 minutes. So Shashwat, thank you so much for what you've done, because you have inspired me through the pages of my book, and I hope everyone who reads your story gets equally inspired. We are also going to talk through another story of a person in my book, which I don't want to name right now, but there's someone else on the show who is just like that person, Harlina. And she is someone who is the living epitome of a senior executive who moved away from an amazing career of a large multinational in India and stepped onto a platform of setting her own firm. And she is going to talk to you about it herself in a few minutes. The other person I have is someone you probably may have heard about more recently in the news, actually, and that is Chitresh. Chitresh actually, guess what, went around to not only shift his career within his own organization. So you will read in my book, and that's something I've been talking about in my recent article, Alice in You. You don't have to really follow your passion by leaving a job and setting up business or getting a startup going. You can do it within the same job. Chitresh is someone who reinvented himself in his own job when we started talking some years back. And he recently ran a plated project which is going to talk to himself, through himself on you. And Chitresh is someone who is going to talk about it himself in a few seconds to you about his plated project and how, as a director and And Chitresh is someone who's going to talk about it himself today, about how he reinvented himself, his journey in his organization, and turned himself into someone who set up a new journey, very purposeful, of this thing called the Plated Project. And let me not steal the thunder there, because I will let him speak about it. And yes, you already heard Justin Unplugged, right at the beginning of the show, who is following his passion along with the job. And Justin is someone we got into conversation and discovered very recently, and that's not too long back. And 2 years back, he was following his passion and his career to two separate lines, and we connected together. So guys, thank you very much once again. I don't want to take up all the show hogging the limelight here, because it's not my show. It's actually the launch of my book, which is my life's work. And I dedicate that to all of you, to everyone out there in different parts of the world who is this moment crossing what I call the bridge of fear. Thank you very much, and more about it very soon. Bye-bye.
Hi. There comes a time in life when it's not enough just to plan what to do on the weekend, when it becomes tiring to keep doing the same thing and expecting different experiences, when life brings us to a halt and gets us to reflect on not how to move ahead, but really on questions such as, where are you going? Why do you want to get there? Will it make you happy when you reach? Will you have the people you truly cherish with you when you get there? Are all the trade-offs and collateral damages going to be worth it? These murmurings started for me many moons ago and then reached a crescendo. These questions plagued me till the day I had a big breakthrough. To be honest, I didn't really take advice from business consultants or corporate honchos, but for once I listened to what was in my heart. A line from the poem by the poet Robert Frost that I've always loved since I was a little girl. Take the road less traveled, and that'll make all the difference. Which is what I set out to do 2 years ago. Took a huge leap of faith from successful employship to a struggling entrepreneurship. Began my journey to believe in yourself and of believe in yourself. Now, a coaching and a consulting firm. Was it easy? Of course not. Was I plagued by my inner demons? Of course, yes. Did I meet many naysayers on the way? You bet. But then, as the legendary Shakespeare says very famously, to thy own self be true. With that ringing in my ears, off I went, forging alliances, forming communities, finding voyages to be on my journey, framing my business. And BIY was born. An idea that urges you to tread the untrodden, do things deemed impossible, building a business while on the wrong side of 40, running marathons when I couldn't walk a kilometer, mastering the nuances of social media when neither am I a millennial and certainly not a digital native. And there's one thing that I know for sure. You will, once you begin to reflect, introspect, take a pause, get some huge breakthroughs. And we will all certainly get to a point where the words from the book Gone with the Wind will come true for us. This too shall end. Focus on your breakthroughs. Stay strong. Believe in yourself. I'll see you very soon on the other side of the pandemic. Have a wonderful day.
I've been in the brand consulting domain for the last 15 odd years, and largely it's been a great experience. Consulting lets you meet different clients, work on different problems, and there's never really a dull day. But the flip side is that as a consultant, you're finally offering advice and a vision to somebody else, and it's up to them to execute it. And it'll, a lot of times the execution of that vision may not be what you had really imagined it to be. So after a decade of consulting, I had reached a point where I really wanted to do something on my own. I wanted to execute my own vision. But at the same time, I did not want to give up all that I had built over the last, so many years. So I did a lot of brainstorming, thinking, and I consulted with Ashutosh as a mentor and advisor. And finally, I had a breakthrough. I launched a social impact initiative called the Plated Project under my current company.
So, what is my book about? It's about the Bermuda Triangle effect. I believe every senior executive hits at some point of time in their life. Now, extensive research over the last many years, through secondary research, what I've read in journals published, and on my own journey of meeting thousands of executives, at least 300 senior executives I've personally spoken to and interviewed on this topic, they felt that at some point in the late 30s and early 40s, they hit a place where they lose connection with who they wanted to be. They set out on a journey to be someone which was having the zing, the flavor of the first job that dies and goes away. And my book is about giving that structured solution to make sure that they're able to bring their vehicle back on that road, on the highway, where they trailed off from, and connect back to the purpose, who they want to be. Connect back to the purpose, the practical solution to make money and still be passionate about what they do. In today's uncertain world, it's becoming increasingly important that we focus on what we are passionate about, what we do is long term, and something which is evident to us. And my own journey, where when I started off to be someone big after my graduation, I thought I wanted to connect to that moment where I'll be this guy who's famous and rich, like every kid wants after college. And then somewhere in the middle, I realized that I'm in the rut of trying to be someone else who others want me to be. I lost connection with who I wanted to be. And that's what made me think. That was my moment of epiphany, where I said, this is where it needs to reset.
I've known Ashutosh now for almost a decade. He's a global HR leader who's really shaped his career very well. So I think he's the best person to learn how to have an inspiring career and a fulfilling life. Good luck, Ashutosh.
Somebody once told me, do what you love, be really good at it, and never let anybody promote you. It's a different way of thinking. Ashutosh's new book digs into this principle. He's somebody who's earned his people's stripes the hard way, and I'm certainly looking forward to his full story.
In today's world, work-life balance is a challenge for everyone, and even more so for women. Women coming back to work after sabbatical find it especially challenging as they're torn between their career and their family. This is further complicated if one isn't doing something that is really exciting and makes one think, is it even worth all the effort? The QAPA framework, which Ashu has developed, promises to help one find their true calling and makes working a pleasure rather than just a necessity. It comes from a place of authenticity, as he has built the framework based on his extensive experience of dealing with people.
Ashu is someone who has always stood up for me and many more people like me. In these times, people certainly need the direction his book offers. This is the first time I'm seeing a framework solution for the career success. Definitely a must pick.
Hi, this is Upasna Agarwal, and I am a partner with Amrock in India. I have had the honor of knowing Ashu as my client and my colleague for a long time. Ashu has this extreme clarity of thoughts, and he believes in simplification. He has this ability of drawing analogies and presenting a crisp framework-based solution, which can help executives cross their career hump. His book, Breakthrough, is suitable for people at career junctions or at conflicting crossroads. Ashu's book is rightly named Breakthrough, and he shares several such examples. I especially love the Alice in You analogy, and it can benefit so many women returning from career breaks due to family and life priorities. By reading Breakthrough, I'm positive several professionals will achieve clarity from ambiguity.
I have fond memories of Ashutosh from our school time, growing up together in Chandigarh. He was a sensitive, polite, caring, and bright young boy, manifesting qualities that would lay the foundation for him growing up into the consummate HR professional he later became in life. I wish him all success on the release of his first book, which I'm sure will benefit a lot of the experienced professionals with its practical toolkit to help discover your true north and weave your career to unleash your innate potential.
I have known Ashutosh from my B school days. His passion to nurture teams and his panache to help people out in their lives stands out. I'm sure his book will help everyone to relook and reinvent their careers. Congratulations and all the best, Ashu.
Ashutosh is a fantastic leader, an exceptional human being, and most importantly, an amazing mentor to many. I have personally known Ashutosh for over a decade, and he is absolutely passionate about what matters to you and your career. I am super excited about his new book that's about to launch. I recommend all my friends and industry colleagues to read the book Breakthrough, written by Ashutosh Sinha. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm fortunate to work with charismatic leader Ashutosh Sinha. Ashu is one of the most inspiring and humble human beings you'll ever come across in your lifetime. Ashu has a huge passion for people development, career coaching, mentoring senior executives across the globe. I would like to express my gratitude to Ashu, who has played an enormous role in my career too. His book, Breakthrough, will play an instrumental role in many lives. Wishing you the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now stand by for the launch of the book Breakthrough, the Framework for an Inspired Career.
Wow, I'm breathless. I'm excited. I never thought that I'll be seeing the launch of my own book, and most importantly, seeing all of you together cheering me on. I have to tell you, I'm totally indebted. I'm overwhelmed from the bottom of my heart for all the wonderful congratulatory messages, best wishes, and supportive messages been pouring in for the last few days, and especially today. It's a moment where I know I'll cherish for the rest of my life. It's a moment which I know that I owe to each one of you. So thank you very, very much. Thank you once again. It's been wonderful to have you all here. And one little secret before I let you go. From today, you can call me Sherpa. My friends in the industry have called me Ace so far till today. But my name today, I'm changing the hat to Sherpa. And why Sherpa? That's in the first chapter of my book.
It's never too late to do what you wanna do. It's never too late to be what you wanna be. It's never too late to do